You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast. You can find this channel on Twitter, Gab.ai, BitChute, and Minds.com. This is a Real American Patriot channel for Real American Patriots. If you're not a Real American Patriot, please exit the channel. Furthermore, we are not sponsored by any outside interference. That means we're unscripted, unrehearsed, and unedited. With that being said, transmission will commence momentarily.
How you guys doing? Welcome to the HighlyEvolvedPodcast. I'm your host, Safan. You can find me on Minds.com, BitChute, Twitter, and Gab.com. Most importantly, like, share, subscribe on YouTube because we're riding it until the wheel fall off. All right, because YouTube is going on a ban frenzies, censored frenzies, but I digress. We'll say that for another episode. In this episode, I want to discuss about the DHS raid, ICE raid, right? And I just want to address the question that, have you guys been on social media? If you haven't been on social media, you start seeing like these tweets saying that, oh, these are the 10 city that ICE is going to raid, and these are the 10 city from all these multiple sources, right? And I admit I seen these tweets too. I've seen from the Washington Post, from LA Times, from all these venues, right? I'm like, wait a minute. Why is DHS releasing their strategy? Why would you do that? That's like playing chess. It's like playing chess and telling your opponent your move, right? Why are you doing that, right? Well, this article right here, right, explain what happened, right? It's an article from Zerhedge. I'll leave a link in the description below if you are interested. But let me put this up for you guys. Okay, let me put this up for you guys of what happened with the DHS. If you don't know what DHS, they probably sabotage this, right? The DHS are influenced by a lot of never-Trumpers, right? But let's continue this. Acting DHS chief sabotaged ICE raid by leaking plans to the Washington Post, right? Since the Washington Post spoiled the surprises and published a report about Trump administration plans to arrest thousands of immigrants' family has been denied asylum, postponing the administration canceled the raid, mainly probably by wondering who or why somebody inside would break Trump protocol, long-standing policy on transcribing your move in advance. Exactly. That's how you lose in a war. That's how you lose in games, in football, and anything that you have an opponent. You're advertising your next move. Why would you do that? All right. Well, now the question has appeared at the answer by Washington Post examiners. Washington examiners, the acting head of DHS, Kevin McLennan, reportedly leaked a detailed operation and travel alongside a Washington Post reporter who broke the story earlier this week in what source described as a deliberate attempt by sabotaging the raid. Exactly. If this proved to be true, that Trump need to get rid of this guy, he need to restructure the DHS, right? He need to fire him big time because he's not with the program right now, right? I guess that's why Trump postponed it, the mass deportations, all right, and try to get these Democrats to reorganize to pass a legislative, right? I guess that's what he doing in the background. I think that's what he doing. That's why he stopped it. That's allowed, giving the Democrat 2 weeks. And while in the process, he re-strategized his strategy, fired this guy McLennan, whatever how you pronounce his name, right? Fire him, put somebody in charge, and re-strategize and do this thing without even telling anybody what's going to happen. Right? That's what he's doing. Right, because he's been compromised. This guy, Kevin McLennan, whatever name is, McLennan, has been compromised. Right? Compromised. He's red light. So he's just spoiled the whole thing. Now Trump got to restructure. All right. According to several sources spoke by an examiner, McLennan have opposed raid for months. The acting ICE head, who has been credited pushing the policy, sending more agents to Guatemala, is said to concern with more of a congressional Democrats and never-Trumpers. So he's concerned with more congressional Democrats than never-Trumpers. Think of a poor performance that's more other members than the administration. So he cares about the Democrats and never-Trumpers than he did for the president. Why are you working there? I don't understand that. Why is this guy working there? He should get fired a long time. Why you wouldn't work at a place that you don't agree with? That's ridiculous. If anything, he's a double agent. That's if anything is. He's a double agent. He's trying to spoil the situation, to spoil the plan. All right? Let's continue. A quote. I know he has approved the operation for months. I know he has not approved the operation for months. So people are known. He's known for having different opinion. One person familiar with those private conversations said during the phone call Saturday night, the president wouldn't leak the ICE. The president would not leak that. ICE would not leak that. There are only a few people involved in the discussion, and only one could have shared the detail to his operation, and operation were Kevin. So he unanimously is obviously that he's most likely the one who leaked it, right? That's our belief. A second official said when asked McAleenan about behind the leak, the secretary was not supportive of from day one. Of course, okay, so he wasn't supportive from the beginning. So obviously he have an agenda. He have a different mindset. Right? He's not with the program. He's not with the plan at all. The White House said that it called off the operation, allowing for the lawmakers to fix the legal loophole that have helped to entice migrants to come to the United States. Exactly, that's what happened. They because it was leaked, they had to cancel it. Because they canceled it, they give the Democrat another opportunity. All right, that's why. This is why the Democrat was granted this opportunity, because they need restructure because of this leak. All right. In reality, McAleenan successfully stemmed the operation. Exactly, he ruined the plan. That's what it is. It's his fault. By exposing the broad stroke, McAleenan allegedly told Washington Post the mass roundup would take place 10 cities, including Chicago, Miami, Houston. Mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, this satanist, this godless person. Chicago police next grant the ICE. She ordered Chicago police do not grant ICE access to the database because she have an agenda and refused to cooperate any way of the right. Of course, because she's a agent of chaos. She's a person of non-laws. She's not protecting Chicago. I don't know why Chicago are voting for her, these liberal states. One official said that the leaking of detail of raid, McAleenan might have been trying to martyr. He did martyr and facing the blowback against Trump immigration policy. Okay, of course. That he was trying to distance himself from the administration decision making. Then why are you in there? That's why I'm going to ask. Why is he in there? Why are you working in a place that you don't like? I don't understand that. It's like working with your enemy. I mean, working in a harsh environment that you dislike. It don't make any sense. Why would? Because he's probably a double agent. I think he's a double agent. All right, he's there to sabotage the situation, the plan. The third anonymous source quoted by Examiner blasted McAleenan a sucker for never Trumpers and liberals, and insisted that the leak would leave an unerasable mass on the time of the head of DHS. See, he have an agenda right here. He's a sucker for never Trumpers, so he's part of this problem. He's a swamp, right? And for liberals. So basically, he is a liberal. That's why. Why did Trump put a liberal in office? I don't understand that. The third official claimed McAleenan cared more about what liberals and never Trumpers in Congress and the media thinks of him than achieving the mission of his department. Of course. It all makes sense. This will leave an unraisable mass of tenures, the third official wrote in a text message on Saturday evening. Leaking the information would only have benefits one person who had knowledge of the plan, according to a first person who had there no doubt in mind. McAleenan either told the Post himself or had chosen a comrade to DHS to take care of it. His hands were dirty, some officials said. Of course, I think he did this. If he did this, he knows he's going to get fired, and when he get fired, he's going to have a cushy job at this. So he's probably got paid off. He's been compromised, right? He probably got paid off. A third party probably telling him to not do this, and then if he get fired, he can have a backup job. All right. ICE advised the administration to cancel his raid after the leak, not only because the target might have been tipped off by the news and fled whenever they had been stayed, but because the leak could put agent in danger. And he put a lot of agents in danger because of this. Leaking their location and detail to stop operation from happening is not only harmful to operation integrity, but it puts safety and well-being of its own officer in jeopardy. Of course, the people made a plan, could kill them when they raid this thing. They know that they're gonna be raided, so people are prepared. Who knows? They're gonna be prepared with guns, knives, all these stuff. They made a strategy because we gave them a head start, right? And they could put the ICE agent in danger. The, the third official wrote, all right, that's what he wrote. That's law enforcement sensitive information. You just don't reveal that. The second official said, it's just people hyped up. It gets up the go activity, and then anyone wearing the jacket with ICE name on it really chastised, citing is coming out saying, here's how you can protect yourself against it, right? So the acting DHS head deliberately obstruct a massive immigration action because he was worried about the liberals might think. Well, this guy's an idiot, man. If this is accurate, we might see more turmoil over the DHS. Stephen Miller might have to take an easier time bringing the administration and immigration policy completely under his purview. All right, Stephen Miller had to take this under his own hand now, because there's a lot of people that need to be vetted that's been compromising the situation. Right, it's showing that if it wasn't for this guy, the raid would have been going on, right? And if it wasn't for this guy, right, we wouldn't postpone the raid because of this guy leaking out the informations, right? It totally sabotaged the whole missions. It's like going into war. It's like going to war and let your enemy know where are you gonna attack. All right, when you let your enemy know where you're gonna attack, the enemy gonna scatter everywhere else, avoiding that target, and then you don't achieve your mission by getting rid of the enemy. That's what it is. So this guy is said to be he care what liberal thinks about him. He care what there's never Trump think about him. So he's been compromised. He's not a member. He should not be in this administration at all. All right. There's a conflict of interest right now. Why is he still working there? So he's probably a plan. He's probably a mode, in my opinion. All right. This Democratic mode. So if you get fired, you're probably gonna get a job somewhere else in some Democratic administrations somewhere. All right. So this is where all the leak been happening. This is where you've seen all these tweet like, oh, why are they tweeting the locations? All right, because from a person with a strategy point of view, you're not supposed to tweet your position. Why is that? And this is the reason why Trump had to cancel the mass raid, because you need to restructure the DHS. And this is why he allowed the Democrats to get another chance. Practically, that's what it is. If you don't know the Democrats, they're evil people. All right, these liberals, all right, they can use these people for fake votes to create illegal votes. That's how this Democrat city works, right? This is how these Democrats keep getting elected, because they allowed these illegal votes to happen. They're party of frauds. Right? These Democrats are frauds. They don't know. The voters don't know that they're being used. Once they get your vote, they're not going to accommodate you. Right? With the Hispanic people, they're not going to accommodate you. Once they get your vote, they're not going to help you. All right? With the black votes, once they get their vote, they're not going to help you. Right? It's proven by Obama. He helped more. He helped the confused, sexual-oriented people than he did with black community. Right? Trump had done more to help the black community than Obama itself, Barry Santoros. Right, he reformed prison sentence. Right, he created more jobs. Right, he donated a lot of money to black colleges. Right, black employment is at its lowest. Right, he done more things for the black community than Obama ever did. Right, he did more for those confused, sexual oriented people than for his own community. Obama, all right. That's what I'm saying. Once they get your vote, they're not gonna accommodate you somehow, some way. They're not. They're gonna probably throw you some breadcrumbs and that's it. Like Lyndon B. Johnson. All right, that's what the Civil Rights Act did. It threw them some breadcrumbs, and then they're not gonna focus on them anymore. And look what happened to the community. Right, this is gonna be the same thing that happened to the Hispanic community. Right, they're gonna use them as votes, illegal votes. Right, and the reason why they're so up on their heels right now, because once we deport the illegals, that's their demographic. There's a voting block. Right? We're deporting their illegal voting block. That's what we're doing. That's not a bad thing. These people shouldn't be voting in the first place, right? In order to prevent them from voting is to get them out of the country, all right? This is why they're so upset, because we're taking their voting blocks out. The Democrats are power hungry. They're so hungry. They're not here to make changes to help people. They're here to take power, right? That's why they're so communistic, socialistic, because socialism is all about power, right? They're not about religions. They're not about morality. They're not about nothing. That's what these Democrats are. They're totally against values, American values, right? They're for the power of the dollar, for power. That's what it is. Power and then money. They're money hungry. They're greedy, all right? They're inefficient. I don't know how many bad things I can say for the Democrat Party, all right? That's not to say that the Republicans are bad as well, because there's the number Trumpers, there's people who sided with the Democrats, right? They're bad as well. They're equally as guilty as the Democrats, all right? This is why I identify myself as a registered American independent, all right? But yet again, in this moment right now, it's even worse to vote for a Democrat. All right, you might as well vote for the Green Party. You might as well vote for the Reform Party than you are to vote for the Democrats. All right, but let me know what you think. You think this guy can get fired? You think this is the reason why Trump renegotiate the deal with the Democrats about redoing the laws? You think this guy is a never Trumper? You think this guy's a liberal? And what do you think? Why this guy was in the department in the first place? All right, let me know you agree, all right? Because of what I'm saying, YouTube don't want to demonetize my channel because I'm unscripted, unrehearsed, unedited. Because of that, I'm not taking any donations, all right? Because the point of this channel is to get people to think, not to be a group thinker. When you're a group thinker, you're leading yourself off to the cliff, like communism, Democrats, all right, like North Korea, North Venezuela, China. They're all group thinkers, right? That's one thing they have in common. They're group thinkers. Look what they're right now. They're totally leading themselves off the cliff and die. That's what happened. And I don't want people to be group thinkers. It's okay to disagree with me as long as you think for yourself. All right. If you like what I'm doing, please like, share, subscribe. Because when you like, share, subscribe, it encourages me to make more videos. When I make more videos, I saturate YouTube algorithm. When I saturate YouTube algorithm, I make my video more available to the masses. All right. And then when it's more available to masses, some of those people might be able to think for themselves now. All right. They don't have to agree with me as long as they think for themselves. As long as I accomplish that, that makes me happy, right? Make me happy, right? But I digress, right? I know your time is very precious. I'm not trying to waste any of your time. Thanks for listening to HighlyEvolvedPodcast. Like, share, subscribe. My name's Stefan, and I'm signing out. Peace.